Shifting News. Explore, feel, shift.
So it's a real struggle. So is it going to park? Oh,
They have
oh, it was now finding a way to, like, now you
so
see.
you can imagine when the traffic is very heavy.
Yeah.
And we expect that when the construction is done, a holiday today, during weekdays this is going to be a very busy section of the road.
Kangemi Market. Ujaipita huku? This is your first time? Somehow. Then si unajua sasa they are near the source. Most of the sources.
Replacement tunafanya, upgrading na pia kufananisha namba.
welcome back to Shifting News. As you always know, this is a great channel with wonderful views, bringing you different coverages across different things, regions, Nairobi and beyond. The background, most of you can relate with it, but before we go into much details, I welcome you to today's coverage. Make sure you view this video up to the end, and if you are visiting us for the first time, ensure you subscribe, hit the notification bell to receive all notifications once we upload a new video. And to all our supporters, a big thank you to all of you for always tuning in to Shifting News, always the support. We have done several videos, a lot of you have made comments, and you have really supported us, and we say thank you because you are a worthwhile family. We say thank you, and during these festivities we say a happy holiday festives, that is Christmas, and maybe a happy new year. If we happen to meet along the way, if you can do us a favor, yeah, we will always appreciate and say we appreciate for everything you do unto us. So I hope you can see the bridge. How many have guessed? So before we continue, let me introduce our other member of the team. Welcome, sir.
Hi everyone, it's very hard to say good morning, even afternoon, because we have so many people from all over the world.
But here it's
here it's in the morning, very bright sunny day in Kenya. We are here at Kangemi, which is going to be close to why we are covering this one today. It's the beginning of a very long project that has been put on hold. So we say beginning because it's the final phase that we are going to be covering. And we appreciate everybody who has been watching us. Your comment, your contribution has been very pivotal. So we pray that you are going to be with us up to the end of this show, this episode, and you make sure that you leave your comment for us to see your reaction to the content today. So be with us up to the end.
You said you have used Waiyaki Way for several times.
Yes, I've used Waiyaki Way for a very long time. Okay, I'm from the Nyanza side of Nairobi, of Kenya. So being that I'm from Nyanza, you know that this is our main road going to that direction.
Yes.
And if something is touching on it, plus everybody going to Kisii, going to Nakuru and the rest, there's a bit of you that is going to be touched in this episode.
So is it your first time to maybe visit Kangemi?
Visiting means coming and making a stop here. No, this is the first. Yes, this is the first time I'm coming to visit. But I've passed by, like on transit.
Maybe you can comment about this bus.
There's something that we are going to see related to why this bus is special. You see, some of you will be confused. We have vehicles going this way and we have others coming this side. So why is that the case? And you can see the kind of road they are using. So it's because there's been a challenge with the vehicles connecting to Nairobi coming from this side of Kangemi. They have to actually dangerously take a turn towards that end of the road for them to like make
that's the bus.
Yes.
Is it cozy bus?
Yes, Kimao, something like that. So you see, it's very risky. This is a highway. They have to go up to there, make an invisible U-turn, and then turn on to connect to the road heading to Nairobi.
And the challenge being?
The challenge has been there's not been an interchange here. It would have been easier for those vehicles in the highway to just proceed with their road. If you are going to connect to Nairobi coming from Kangemi and the other side, use the interchange, and then you like be cautious as you are moving from one side of the road to the next. So that's why this episode today is going to be very key, because we'll explain
Shifting
why
news.
the project had to be done
Explore,
here,
feel,
and
shift.
how much people have been suffering due to its abandonment. Today I'm not going to say stalled project. This one was an abandoned project. Because
And there is something here.
yeah, okay, these have been very common. We are in Nairobi. Nairobi has two faces. We have the CBD face, one that we are proud of, and we have the other ones which are not very good with garbage issues. So you can see they are kind of finding an alternative way of disposing their garbage, because the county has not set up a good structure of specific areas for.
So do you think this is indiscipline cases of people, or it's just sometimes it's just negligence?
There are two sides of the coin when you look at that. If they had an option of where to dispose this, because we are actually very close to Kangemi market.
Yes.
It's a very busy market. So if there are no provisions for where to dispose their garbage, what option do they have? They just look for an empty space. That's what they'll do. So that's what has been causing this one. And there's a high chance it's going to build up, and you see it's next to a highway.
Yeah.
And that is not a very good picture for us.
Very true. And guys, we are moving, but you see, this one is a wall. But we are being very extra careful. You know, if something happens and we find ourselves with a free fall, that is in physics, they say it's a free fall. It can be a bit dangerous. So that's the Kangemi Bridge, the one that we are doing a coverage today. So KeNHA announced several days ago they are closing this for almost 7 days, and already the closure is happening. They said from 11th December to 17th of January. But now it's in two phases. The first phase is on the other side, which I think you can see scaffolding where that security person is standing. So they have closed that road, that section. I think they'll be doing with the construction activities up to 26th of December, before now diverting these vehicles coming from town area towards the other side, and this construction will start from 28th of December to 17th of January. We don't know if that 7 days are enough for the construction of these activities. Maybe Walter, what do you think?
Okay, I know there was an initial timeline.
Yes.
For the construction of this bridge, but that was not obeyed. So that 7 days is another proposal. It's another proposal.
Yes.
Which we don't know whether it will be obeyed. So it's a 50-50 thing. There's a high chance it might delay. We have so many projects which are not completed on time.
Yes.
But I hope this one, because if you look at, we are in December season. This is one of the busiest roads for people leaving Nairobi going to the upcountry. So if this is going to be the situation, we are going to have very heavy traffic.
Especially on weekdays.
Yes, especially on weekdays.
Yeah. And for those who always view our videos, you can remember, or those who view videos online, there was a time, that is 6th June 6th June or 21st June 2021, constructions were ongoing, and the bridge, this bridge, there was an accident. It fell and some people were injured, and along the way construction has continued, but you see it's stalled. And recently on 26th November, citizens had decided to take it hands-on to demonstrate. But did the demonstrations happen? For those who remember, no. Why? There was a heavy security because of the demonstrations. So I think it's due to that alert that now they have decided, let's do justice. And you see the way we were saying about that bus, you see now connecting becomes hard. You are connecting to a traffic that is speeding and you want to go on the other side, instead of just maybe diverting from here. And remember, on the other side we have Loresho. Loresho is one of the posh estates within Nairobi city. This side we have Kangemi. So I hope you watch this video until the end, comment, and just bring your highlights, tell us what you think about the constructions that are ongoing, and maybe tell us, do you think that 7 days are enough for the completion of this area? So keep watching. Maybe Walter, you can say something.
Mine is just concerned and worried a bit.
Yes.
Because most of these things affect common humanity. You see, when you look at public sector transport and most of the areas covered surrounding these areas, the common road users of this section of the road, the common people are using the PSV vehicles.
Yes.
So if something was to be considered as far as looking at the speed at which service delivery is supposed to be effected, then such a project should not have even been delayed. It should have been done up to the end. We don't know whether there is formal or official communication on why it had to stop. And there's a bit subsection of this road we are going to cover, I'm sure. You look at how narrow the section of the road just beside this one is. It's so risky. If a vehicle accidentally loses control, that's a very serious accident that's going to occur. So we just hope that this one is going to be completed and that KeNHA is going to live up to its promise, so that we have something to show at the end of the day. It was a very small section of the road.
So we don't know if it's issues of fund or it was the contractor, maybe missing machines. You can't tell. Such
information is never made public, and whatever comes to the public is a part of the information. So it's never complete.
True.
Yeah. So you can just see the activities here. You look at how those roads are coming, and it seems like there are some vehicles coming from the other side of the
They are coming from Loresho. That's Loresho side.
So it means it's not just this bridge which is going to be constructed. That's why the 31 days is really tricky.
That's 7.
And that 7 days is not going to, might not be enough, because we have the whole of this section to be done. But if they work day and night, and I'm sure my colleague here has some trust in the constructors.
You know, there are some contractors who you go today, yes, you pass here today, after 3 days you find changes. You know, most of the elements are precasted, like the beams and columns. They are precasted somewhere and then they are brought here. So probably it can be such a case whereby they now understand, they know that they will make it within those 7 days.
Let's cross our fingers. We hope for the best.
Yeah.
At least for this case, because it's still a young child. Okay, second born. After it failed, the first delivery failed. Let us approach it with some positive perspective and hope it's going to be delivered. Yes.
Great. So keep watching as we'll be showing you around as we walk along this stretch, just to see everything that is taking place within these environments of Kangemi. And for our residents from Kangemi, you can tell us how you feel the construction is going to change the life here, maybe about the motorists, about the pedestrians and the general public.
And I think without forgetting, we have economic activities in most of the projects that we cover. There are economic activities around most of these infrastructures. So this place is, as I mentioned, it's very close to Kangemi market. And I've seen so many fresh produce there.
Yeah.
We might maybe pass by and buy a few and maybe share with our viewers what is available here. And you mentioned something about proximity to the supply, where this produce are.
Yeah, most likely you can find the Kikuyu area, Kikuyu town. You know, most of those places are still arable. And Kangemi is just near that area.
So at least there's something very good here, which has been going on. People have been resilient.
Yes.
Still finding their way, because I'm sure to deliver this produce here, they needed a good load.
Yeah.
So there's a way they've been managing.
True. So keep watching, comment. I don't know the height here, but maybe you can estimate from the pillar to the beam. This is the traffic coming all the way from the Nairobi CBD, the Westlands area, ABC Place. They join Waiyaki Way, and the other side is traffic coming all the way from Nakuru, from Gitaru, from Udhiru, and the western region in general. That is inclusive of Eldoret, Uganda, South Sudan, Kigali, and such places.
So actually, okay. Which means we left that one out.
Which one?
There's a relationship between this road and Eastern Africa.
Yes, it is the main trunk.
So it's a very busy place we are living out. I only focused on my home country. Home country.
You know, when you're connecting from Mombasa, you can use this road. And the good thing is, when the government came up with the Nairobi Southern Bypass, it diverted a lot of traffic, especially the long trucks.
Yes.
So they use Southern Bypass from Ole Sereni. They go join at Gitaru. Yeah, but this was the main highway. And initially, before the coming of the Nairobi Southern Bypass, the town center was hectic.
Yes.
Traffic snarl-ups was so hectic. That's why they decided no.
They had to go through Uhuru Highway.
Yes. You know, sometimes some problems can make you focus on permanent. We can say permanent solution.
Yes.
But it's never permanent, because sometimes you construct with a given number of vehicles in mind. After finishing, people buy more vehicles, so the number increases.
And that has been the trend.
Yeah.
We have seen an upsurge of vehicles, personal vehicles on Kenyan roads.
True.
So I have this opinion that the planning phase of this entire road system was good.
Yeah.
Because now execution part is the problem.
And maybe encroachment. You know, sometimes when they want to do the construction and there is encroachment, so now about compensation. But we hope some of these will be, the solutions will be sought after.
Anyway, that's fine. If our viewers have comments, you can just leave it at the comment section.
Yes. We can still move. So we go. So now here you have to fight traffic, motorbikes, vehicles, and people.
This is actually not a footpath. It's a road.
Tarmac.
I think maybe to give a clear perspective. Someone just threw there, and that's the end of the road.
Yeah.
And it's used by public vehicles, both buses actually. It's been this way for how many months?
For how many months or for years?
So you can imagine, for all that period of time.
It has been years.
And that is what buses are using, and all other vehicles, to go that way in order to take a U-turn. You can actually have a view of how this is looking.
So you need us to take the bus?
Yes, it's a good thing we see how that bus is going to navigate.
Unfortunately, it will connect to the road before we reach there.
Yes, so we're actually going to see how that bus is going to
navigate.
Yes, part of our tarmac road for years.
Struggling.
Yes, they have to struggle this way.
And you know, sometimes when you are boarded and it starts yumba-yumbering. What is yumba-yumbering in English?
Not shaking actually.
Yes.
So you can see how difficult it is for the buses to also use the road. And it's not a very free place, it's very busy.
Yes. And you know, it's one of the most populated areas within Nairobi.
So we don't have have security measures. We are walking next to the end of the road. And this is the section of the road you mentioned. It is just bordering the end of this road.
Yeah.
So you can see the risk involved. There's no security measures put in place to protect the road users, both people on vehicles and the pedestrians.
So we don't know if this area is supposed to be done by KeNHA or this is Kura. You know, there are roads to be done by KeNHA, there are some roads to be done by Kura, and we have KeNHA. KeNHA is for rural.
But now, whoever is in charge, whether it's KeNHA or Kura, someone needed to do something about it. So there was no reason for such a place to be abandoned for this long. You can just see how vehicles have been managing here.
So that bus that is going like that is supposed to go join where we have the other buses that have stopped. That way. Then come this way, then join Waiyaki Way.
And it's been this way for years.
And there was a time when they had to pass through the market for them to join, which is a bit dangerous. You know, this road is very, very busy. Very, very busy.
And also, speaking of the market, I've seen it's actually packed up to... It's a very narrow section of the road.
Yeah.
Because there are so many people who are walking around. Those who have come to shop.
Yes.
People are heading to their different places.
Yeah.
But for the vehicles to be using that section, I think it has been a challenge.
And you can see we have, it is almost serving, this section is almost serving like a dual carriageway. Like this motorcycle has to stop.
So when you have two vehicles coming at the same time, one has to wait.
Before... Now, how many minutes before that bus connects to the road?
I hope you're going to have a brief section that will cover how they turn around there. But
yeah, maybe, let's hope we'll get there. So we just need, like, I don't know if you can see. There, it is now connecting.
So it's coming back.
Yes. The bad thing, we cannot zoom, but that is the bus. You can see the white red.
The one at the extreme left hand side.
Yes.
I hope that my left is our viewers' left hand side. So
yeah, most likely. Depending on the screen.
Yeah.
So you see that one has indicated on the left.
And it's heading to town, Nairobi.
Yeah, so that is the bus that just passed us here. Now it's connecting to Waiyaki Way, heading to the town center. So those are some of the challenges people are experiencing here. So do we move?
Yes, you can just walk along.
So we are just walking probably to see the real interaction with the road.
Day-to-day lifestyle here.
And I hope we will manage to get maybe one of the residents to maybe highlight to us some of the challenges, how this road has impacted them in terms of now the delays, how have they managed such cases. So right now it's vehicles, people and businesses all under one roof.
And I don't know if the buildings constructed next to this section of the road were supposed to be demolished, because we have standard distance for road construction. Any building
for road reserve,
there should be some meters away from a section of the road. So I don't know if that one will also be up.
So if they are genuine,
yes,
then that means when the constructions are taking place, there must be compensation. But if not genuine, then they'll be forced.
There was a discussion about our model of compensating people.
Yes.
When you are about to run roads and railways, and I heard that the government was really skeptical about it, because some people take advantage of that. They overprice their land. So this is the stage. It's
This is another stage. Okay, I have forgotten the name.
It's a section of the road,
Yeah.
but it's serving as a stage. And if I remember, there's one of your episode you covered talking
Yes.
about road encroachment.
Yeah.
So like these vehicles are actually parked inside the road.
And it's you know, there was when doing the video from town to Limuru, when we were interacting with the driver, he said that this road doesn't have designated bus parks or bus stops. So here, this is where the turning point, when you're coming from this side, you're coming from the town area, that is Nairobi CBD, and now we are waiting for a vehicle to connect from here. Probably see how this happens in real life. So like this personal vehicle, so you have to look everywhere.
You see the vehicles coming from the other side, knowing that you don't have the speed bump.
Yeah.
They are at a very high speed. If you make a wrong turn, that will be a turn.
So I don't know if we will have a bus coming. Try one day where you board a vehicle and it uses this side. You'll feel like the vehicle when you have the stomach.
Butterflies come when you're happy.
Yes.
I don't know what happens when you're
Like
concerned.
it shakes there. You feel like you are going to topple on the other side of the road.
In Swahili we say nini kiko kinywani, roho yako iko mdomoni, like it's almost.
By the way, kuna wanyama Nairobi there. This is a goat. Festivities.
My prayers that it will see next year. And again, we can see people crossing here. Another thing we talked about footbridges.
Yep.
Which I don't know if in this stretch of road, if there is one.
No, that okay. That section of the bridge,
Yes.
is supposed to have the pedestrian walkways. So you see now, this is how the vehicles coming from town have to connect
So those are connected to Kangemi.
Kangemi.
I think there's one thing that is commendable about Kenyans. We are like water. We can conform to any situation and then we manage ourselves. Because suppose we just went on crying about incompleted roads,
And now stop.
life would come to a standstill.
Though sometimes it becomes dangerous, especially when we have a lot of deaths.
Yes.
That's when now you find people, they have to take action.
Yeah, so you see, they just discovered on their own that they can use this part of the road to connect to the other end.
Yeah.
And because they were left on their own,
I don't know, we are waiting. Do we just move or we wait for the bus?
I wish we could get a bus from this side. We've seen a vehicle take a turn, but still that can
is a
serve the
private.
purpose as a private vehicle taking a turn. But knowing that in case these are most people, they are for public transport. If we don't get one coming, but I'm
Yeah.
so sure one will come. If we don't get one, then we can just proceed and let our viewers also share their experience. Because I'm sure there's someone who has been in a similar scenario in a matatu, and then it's navigating a very narrow section of the road.
So we take a break. We will be back with the bus. We finally have the bus here.
So you can just see how they manage to take a turn.
So it's a real struggle. So is it going to park? Oh,
They have people inside.
oh, it was now finding a way to, like, now you
So
see.
you can imagine when the traffic is very heavy.
Yeah.
And we expect that because when the construction is starts, it's a holiday today. During weekdays, this is going to be a very busy section of the road.
So
So you can imagine you need to take that U-turn and there are vehicles coming from the other side of Nairobi. It's going to be a challenge, and it's been a challenge for all those period of time.
now we have seen how vehicles are navigating this section. Maybe just go show them now there. So okay, we are taking the risk, and also we are highlighting how people are crossing this road. The passengers, you have to wait. So it is you versus the speed of the vehicles. Calculating we say the relative speed to make sure that your speed exceeds that of the vehicle. So here they say 40 kilometers per hour. So should we cross and go in the median? So now we are in the bits of calculating, so we have to calculate.
And I'm told that we have had accidents in this section of the road. Yes, there have been accidents along this road. But why would we leave out footbridges? Okay, if that one didn't work, or maybe it took that long, protecting human life is a key. It would go to any extra mile. So even if there was a reason for that to stop, they would have just modified it for at least people to manage to go through.
Yeah.
Like for them to cross.
So here we are trying to see the diversion. As we said, it was closed from December 11th, and one of the side is supposed to be constructed up to the 26th of December, that is 2024. Then the other section also will be closed to facilitate the other construction from the 28th up to 17th of January.
Actually, there is something I've seen. I hope we captured that.
Which,
if we just take a short look at this road sign, it's one of the ones which are on also, because you have 4.
there is 40, there is one showing construction, this one is a diversion.
This one is a, so it, from the look of things, if whatever we covered is something to go by, this one means that you need to go to the left hand side of the road.
Yes.
So if a driver was supposed to respect this, and you have people coming from Kangemi and they need to go to town, so are they disobeying it, or they still have to turn right because there's no option? So you have take the left hand side of the road.
Yeah, they need to move. Like you see, there are barricades. You call them barricades or barriers.
Yeah.
So they are preventing vehicles coming from town from proceeding with the road. So they have to divert to the other side. So right now that road has been divided into 2 to facilitate the vehicles coming from the side of Udhiru and also those coming from the town center.
And this looks like a fresh lay. Okay.
I think this one was recently done.
For the vehicles to be able to cross.
Yeah.
Then you have the other side. So now these vehicles are turning. They are not coming from Kangemi.
This one is coming from town and is going to take passengers, those who are stopping there. So I don't know if that's a designated bus stop. You never know. So I think we can proceed. Let's see how safe or how easy or how fast we can cross this section here. If you are watching us, you can comment, tell us what you think about these constructions. You can tell us what you think, how the completion of this bridge is going to change the lives of people around this area. And in terms of safety, that is safety, economic activities, and what else? Real estate.
You know, road networks touch every sector of our life, from education to all those.
Yeah.
So when the good road is there, it's going to impact the lives of people around and those who will be using it once in a while.
Very true. Our Kangemi people, maybe you can also share insights, tell us what you think is so attractive that makes you love staying in Kangemi. Have you ever, there are people who, if you tell them to go somewhere else, it becomes hectic. They prefer Kangemi.
I think we all have a story behind why we are preferring one section of Kenya over the other. Probably if it was the first place you visited when you came and you had to live there for a while, so you tend to perceive that place as the best place to live.
So this is the section you can see now, the scaffoldings. With the time now, this is where we shall have more constructions taking place. Now vehicles coming from Nakuru, from Maimayu, from Mudiru, from Kino, Regen, Gitaru, and those sides now they become diverted at this area. So whenever traffic is heavy, it means we shall always have traffic snarl-ups at this area.
So I think this was the temporary section where the road is connected.
No, this road goes to Loresho.
No, initially.
It was working back in the days.
After the project stopped.
Oh.
The vehicles will easily connect. So it means that the vehicles will come and connect.
Yeah. So let's see if this is a diversion and what it communicates. Yes, it's a diversion. So what do you think about the constructions?
Just hope they'll be completed on time. Yes, because people need it. People need it. On their behalf, I can just say people need this road to be completed.
Yeah.
Yes, to ease movement and also make life easier for everyone.
True. So keep watching. This is the road that heads to Loresho, and we hope you will enjoy this video up to the end.
Shifting news.